Hello guys, this is USDude101 for another episode. Well, today is going to be a redstone episode, and I'm sorry it might be a little less quality mic because my other one decided to stop working today. But for the time being, it will suffice. So, I am going to today make an episode about redstone. I got inspired by this that my friends, personal friends, are all clueless. Or not clueless, I shouldn't say that. Clueless about what redstone is, pretty much. So that is not acceptable because I am a redstone compassionist. I like redstone a lot. So let's get me the okay. So that is a redstone torch. This is a repeater, and this is redstone. The three basic elements. Then more to that, there's a switch. There's oops, crud. There's that. Just ignore that. There's that, a bat, and buttons can only be placed on blocks. So, redstone torch. Let's start out with that then, should we? Redstone torch. Always a continuous power, which powers any redstone right next to it, or any repeaters right next to it. And then you can go fancy and schmancy and go, whoops, bloop. And then you can delete these. And this is well, actually you can keep this, and then that, and that. And do notice that, I'll go into this later, never mind. Okay, there. Redstone, a block that is above a redstone torch will get powered by the redstone, and the redstone on top of that block will get powered as well, and you can put it out. Do notice that you cannot place blocks on redstone. Okay, that's that. To get redstone to higher places from its source, so let's say here's the redstone torch, and here. Always make sure that you do not place a block right there. You have to actually build staircases. That's why a lot of times you see this double block configuration like this. You need to build a staircase for the redstone. Now what most people do is just build a staircase and run redstone down it so that they can maintain it easier. But you cannot, as soon as you place a block down, it will get unpowered, the redstone. It'll block the current, which is helpful if you have two different sources of redstone torches and don't want them to get float together. Okay, that was that. Oh, probably shouldn't have destroyed that. So next thing, repeaters. Repeaters have two main purposes. One of powering a block, and two of I probably should put this right there. Repeaters. One of powering a block, and two. So I don't really know why you would do this, but this is if you feel like you need this. It's also helpful if you're... Okay, let me do this then before I do that, because I'm about to say something that's going to help. So let's count here. One. So it only goes... Redstone powers only go 15 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is the last. And to demonstrate here, I can put a redstone lamp down. It's still powered. Go one. Whoops. That was a little lag there. Go one more, and it's dead. So repeaters, that's what they're originally made for, was that. The problem with that, though, is it gives off one tick. So it takes probably like a split second more for the repeater to get power. So, no. Well, you can see it here. Let me destroy that. It takes longer for it to get destroyed like that. That's what the repeater was also made for, to make timings easier. And then, to continue off of that, so let's say you have a staircase. Or you're about to start a staircase. How about that? You're about to start a staircase, but you need it to go right down right here, and there's your last block. So, ah, God, stupid lag. And you can only have the source over there. Ah, gosh. Wait for it. Okay, let me turn off particles here. Ah, great. That's way more lag than normal. Ah, wow. Oof. Oh, hey sheep, eat some more. Eat some more grass. Okay, will you work now? No, you won't. Okay, let me turn off the cam here. Okay, there, lag's gone. So let me, like, it also, you can power one block. If you power this block, it also powers the block below it, above it, and to every possible, well, not every possible, oh God, there goes the lag again. We're just gonna have to wait with it, work with it. Ugh. Oh, I'm peaceful. Yeah, I am. Oh no. Oh yeah, I can't turn on sounds, I think. Let me see if it crashes my game here. Yes, indeed it did. One sec here. Indeed it did not. Indeed it did not crash my game. So I thought it did, but oh, there's the sound. I've not heard that in a while. Okay, so it powers, and then it starts out 15 from that block. So let's say you're in a curve. Let's say this is right here is a curve right here. Oh, also if the redstone is pointing straight at the block, it will not power, but what it will do is turn off redstone. I don't know how that works, but let me get to that. That's a little more complicated stuff, but I think it'll do this though. Wait one sec. I think it'll do that. Yeah, it'll do that. So you can power. If it'll act as a redstone repeater to power a block, but it'll not like remake the thing. So, but let's say you want a curve right here, but you don't have the. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, but you like don't want to put redstone right there for whatever reason, like there's water. You can just put a repeater and make a curve like that. So let me get to the more complicated stuff now. Redstone torches again. I was happy when I figured this out because it makes stuff so much more easier. But they burn themselves out if there's another redstone insert points besides where they are. So if you're right here and put redstone, like see they turn off immediately. If there's a redstone behind into the block that they're on, it'll turn off, like right here. It'll turn off the redstone torch. And then you can make vertical alignments with this, like this. Oh God, I suck at building up words. There. Let's just say that. And let's build there, and destroy every second block. You'll be able to get a signal up if you do it correctly, like this. That turns off that lamp, which leaves this on, which turns that off, which leaves this on, which turns that off. If you do it in an okay interval, which I always seem to have, it will. Okay, so let's say you want a tower. Put out some redstone here. Oops. And then pressure plates are just like torches, just different. Oh, God. There. Ah, God, there. Ah, stupid lag. Made that kind of weird. Okay, so I can explain. Oh, God, man, my head hurts from all this lag already. Okay, so pressure plate is a button on the ground. So this is a button, and this is a pressure plate. And what a pressure plate does is you stand on it, it turns it on. You just yeah, works it, and you can use it as redstone. Other stuff like, God, man, sorry, but it'll power the block, which is it would. Oh, God, I can't concentrate with this lag. It's just ugh. Come on, turn one. Okay, you know what? Video settings. What's on? No, there. I don't need that. There. That should help a little. Helped a lot. A lot. Okay. I thought I turned off particles. And there goes the lawnmower. Thank you. I don't need that. Graphics. Fancy, fast, short, balanced, power saver, max FPS. Oh, max FPS. There we go. There we go. Nope, never mind. Okay, so it'll power the block it's standing on. One sec. I need to demonstrate this. God! I thought there's really nothing you can do to make this work better, can you? Okay, so advanced open. No, I don't. What the heck is that? Balanced GUI scale. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, that's oh God. Okay. Once large and then auto. It's supposed to be that big normally? I don't know. I don't like that big though, so let's just make it. No. Ah, it's funny. I'm screwing around with settings that I probably could. Oh, there's minimal. There. Okay. Yeah, so now all those particles floating around on the redstone are gone. But you can still see that it's on. So that's the important part. So what it does is it powers a block. You can see it turns off the redstone lamp and turns on that. And then turns it back on. And then the same thing you can do with a button. If I could just dig, then button. It'll do the exact same thing. Just it's a button, you have to toggle, hit it, you can't just walk over it. And then you can do it with a switch, but switch is like you hit it once, it turns on, and then you turn it off. But so I'm going to use the pressure plate here now to look up and walk over. You can see that it turns off and it just does that. Turns off, turns on. Oh, it's about to turn night then. So one of the most basic things that a real redstoner gets to learn is the more advanced, I should probably say, but this yeah, more advanced, I guess. But so what it pretty much is it's a memory unit. Most people call it. I call it door latch or one-way circuit. Actually, I call it more of a switch because it uses a button or a thing. I forget names right now. So what it does is you do this, and I'm just using elements I've taught you so far. So that's pretty smooth going there, and then there, and that turns off that. Now what you do is you place a button on one of them, or whatever, you can do whatever, and what it does is you press the button, which turns off this torch, and then turns on this torch, but when this torch gets turned on, this gets turned off, and it's like a repeating cycle. And then if you put it button one over here, it turns off. It turns off the other torch right there. So you can make fancy contraptions like, let me just come up with a real good one right here. Probably should go over pistons sooner or later too, because they're a big part in redstone creations. So let me do, oops, wrong side. Sheep, go away. I don't want you. Okay, so, how am I gonna do this? Yep, I'm gonna do it like this, like that, like that. And keep in mind, this is pretty much basic stuff, just more complex, built together, so. You'll eventually learn it by yourself anyway, because then you'll be all proud, and then somebody else is gonna go, but somebody found that out like a month ago. They'll be all sad. Start crying and say, hey, you didn't tell me that other people can do that too. Sheep, I told you to go away. Okay.